JOHNNASCUS is my favourite artist of all time, but with him being on hiatus now, a lot of the information about him is hard to find. A while ago I started an archive for all things JOHNNASCUS. A lot of people in said archive have come together to make this iceberg for newer fans. Mainly Sign, as they are the actual one who thought of the idea and have helped me with a lot of entries. Before I get into the actual iceberg, I want to give credit to everyone who helped. Sign, making the iceberg, a lot of explaining to me, and all of the album story summaries. Luxu or me, doing a lot of the entries and making this very video. And these are people who have just done entries: Switchy Duck, Cygamer13, Hot Curb, Vicodin, photaphota and Wendigo. On screen and in the description are everyone's social media of choice. Before I actually get into the iceberg, if you don't know who JOHNNASCUS is, he is a vocalist, producer and visual artist from Austin, Texas. He is a former member of Lil Darky's Spider Gang.
The tip.
Spider Gang. Spider Gang was a collective owned by Joshua Hamilton, known online as Lil Darky. John was an early member of the collective, but ultimately departed on January 5th, 2022. He has no bad blood with the members, he just wanted to focus on his own stuff, mostly Sitting at the End of the World, as that would come out a few months later. The collective disbanded later that year on the 26th of December. On Instagram he would state, "Making this post to officially announce that I am no longer a part of Spider Gang. No bad blood, just wanted to be a solo artist untied from anything and focus on that. Still love everyone in the group, plus hope they continue to do bass shit." Meth Head Freestyle. Meth Head Freestyle was a song made under Spider Gang, basically just all the members on one song. John has a second verse. This song is probably a lot of people's first time being exposed to JOHNNASCUS. Shoot Up the Amazon Warehouse. Shoot Up the Amazon Warehouse is a song that John released after working at Amazon. He shares his take on the poor work conditions and how much he hates Jeff Bezos. This song can actually be counted as a part 2, as John has another song titled Cog in the Machine. That song was released whilst he was still working at Amazon and focuses on how he hates his job. Sound of Grinding a Politician's Skull into a Fine Powder. Sound of Grinding a Politician's Skull into a Fine Powder is the 11th track on Lil Darky's Swamp album and features John. Indefinite Hiatus. On the 22nd of September 2023, John would announce on Instagram that he is stepping down from the JOHNNASCUS persona. His post says, "I'm just burnt out on being JOHNNASCUS. I get no joy or fulfillment from it anymore at the moment. Appreciate all the love and support throughout the years. I'll probably post the final vid from Sato in the next couple of weeks on YouTube, but that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'll return to this or not. If I do, see you in a few years. If not, then peace." Black Button Dress. During the Untitled era, John wore a black dress with white buttons on it. You can see this dress in the Untitled 0007 to 0020 and 0001 cover, and in many Spider Gang tour videos. John stated in the Machine Girl Discord server that it was bought from a store in Phoenix. Untitled series. Starting with Untitled_0001, John started putting Untitled_XXXX at the end of his titles. This shows a new era after Urquhart. Masks. John has used many masks in his artistic career, most importantly the half mask and the Sitting at the End of the World mask. Most of his masks have been found online. Sitting at the End of the World. John's 6th and unknowingly last album before his indefinite hiatus. It was released on the 5th of August 2022. 10 out of 10 album aside, the music videos for this album are amazing and some of John's best work. The Bandcamp description reads Sitting at the End of the World. This can also be seen in some music videos and the description for them. JOHNNASCUS begins deteriorating as seen in Flash Deletion. He expresses the feeling of connection, desire in Connect and falls asleep in hypergogia. Getting infected with the blue rot virus, eventually he wakes up, continues his adventure. The album isn't as plot heavy as the Untitled album, as he just travels through the wastelands of a dying world throughout the album, eventually arriving at a beach as seen in the cover, and accepting his fate, dying along with the world, accompanied by a piano solo played by Kelly. Untitled 0007 to 0020 and 0001. Untitled_0007 to 0020 and 0001, better known as the Untitled album, was John's 5th album, releasing on the 13th of August 2020. This album focuses heavily on the internet and is based off the 1998 anime Serial Experiments Lane, made by Yoshitoshi Abe. A concept album. JOHNNASCUS drowns in depression, staying at home and doing nothing with his life. Eventually, after reaching 21, he gets his heart broken by a woman. He decides to commit suicide and digitize his brain, transferring his consciousness to the internet. He arrives at a private abandoned server called 0013. After reminiscing on Y2K, he moves on to the public server, server 11643, a large cyberpunk city. JOHNNASCUS gets into a club dancing along to the music before the cyberpunks arrives. He finds another love, who he thinks is the one, yet after some time it is revealed that it is nothing but malware. After getting infected, he barely survives, arriving at the ocean, a place of tranquility. Deciding that the wired is too much, JOHNNASCUS experiences digital death, erasing his internet identity, and arriving at a large, empty field of grass in a forest, accompanied by an emotional piano solo. Urku, John's 6th EP, releasing on the 9th of November 2019. Not a story-orientated, JOHNNASCUS begins heavily leaning into chaos magic, embracing chaos and rejecting order as he moves into the new decade 2020. Identity Crisis, John's 5th EP, releasing on the 13th of February 2019. This EP is what reset the story of JOHNNASCUS. JOHNNASCUS experiences an identity crisis, asking who he is, and if he should continue making music. Instead taking LSD, JOHNNASCUS takes LSD. Everything after it happens through the lens of a drug, eventually experiencing an ego death.
Shallow water.
Venice Beach. This entry is referring to a YouTube video John uploaded titled JOHNNASCUS Live at Venice Beach. The video is only a minute and a half, so I'll just put it here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I know, we're being nice. Thank you.
Twitter ban. John's at JOHNNASCUS Twitter account was banned after tweeting Jeff Bezos a link to the Shoot Up the Amazon Warehouse music video. Chaos Magic. Chaos magic is a modern form of magic created in the early 1970s as part of the wider neo-pagan and esoteric subculture. John's image is closely connected to chaos magic, with his most commonly known icon being the Chaos Star. Kumo. In a lot of John's songs you will hear him use Kumo as an ad-lib. It translates to both cloud and spider in Japanese. Whilst both do match John, I think he more means it as spider, as he was mostly saying this whilst in Spider Gang, but both have a lot of strength behind them, as John literally has an album named Clouds. John Black-Nascus. John Black-Nascus was believed to be John's full name. This would be confirmed false by Kelly Sprague, member of CPU Buddha. This misconception comes from a fan-made amino page. For some reason this is still listed as his full name on the Spider Gang wiki. Death Grips comparison. Throughout a lot of his career, John has been heavily compared to the band Death Grips, so much that he mentions it in Hypnopompia on Sitting at the End of the World. Jack Riggs. Jack Riggs, who goes by Underbite or This Sock Stinks online, was John's live drummer. He's also a member of CPU Buddha. This dude is also amazing. He streams on Twitch sometimes as Dinkton, and his streams are pretty chill. Kelly Sprague. Kelly Sprague is a third member of CPU Buddha, being the pianist. She has also worked with John on credits on Sitting at the End of the World. Friendfest Unreleased. The Friendfest livestream features a lot of unreleased tracks. These songs have no official names but are commonly referred to as All Around the World, Unreleased_3, Unreleased_4, I'm not saying that fully, slow/modified, and Unreleased_6. This livestream also features grey aliens or just humans with no emotions and love.exe. Big Cartel. Big Cartel is the merch company John went through for his merch, similar to Shopify. Nihilism. Honestly, I'm not knowledgeable enough in philosophy to summarize this, so this is just what Wikipedia says. In philosophy, nihilism is any viewpoint or a family of views that rejects generally accepted or fundamental aspects of human existence, namely knowledge, morality, or meaning. John has stated in his lyrics that he is a nihilist. JOHNNASCUS TikTok. John has an account on TikTok under JOHNNASCUS000. He has a total of 8 videos, with his last one talking about how you should delete the app. Album teasers. This entry refers to videos on John's YouTube channel teasing albums like Sitting at the End of the World, the Entitled Album, Urku, Identity Crisis, and Play Cross. Machine Girl Tour. John opened for Machine Girl on 19 out of 27 of their shows for the US tour. Old project deletion. John has deleted a lot of his old projects off of SoundCloud, mainly Luna, Love, A Broken Dream, and the Training EP, and I think Cloud, but I'm not sure if that was even on SoundCloud in the first place. Leech. Leech is a song made by 8385, which features John. LC2K. LC2K, I believe, is an alternative name for James Garcia, who has produced for John on numerous times under both names. Departure. Departure was John's third album, releasing on April 28, 2018. This album covers John leaving home. JOHNNASCUS departures from home, seeking a challenge, too tired of the monotony of his daily life. Play Cross. Play Cross was John's fourth album, releasing on the 12th of October 2018. The description for this album says, "To exercise my demons." JOHNNASCUS arrives at home with a play cross on its door. Out of Place is The Moon in the Sky. Out of Places in The Moon in the Sky was John's second album, releasing on the 30th of January 2018. JOHNNASCUS explores a dream world, eventually waking up during eclipse.
Deep Water.
Dark Side of Nature. D-Son, or Dark Side of Nature, was released as a lead-up to Luna, John's first full album. It has 8 episodes, a quick plot summary. In the beginning of Dark Side of Nature, JOHNNASCUS is transported and stuck in the other realm, as it is called. No explanation on how he got there is given. He explores the realm, commenting on how he misses the beauty of regular nature. Eventually, he engages with a powerful entity who promises him power if he cooperates with it. Eventually, John gives in, joining the entity. Its instructions are very vague, pointing to find a mask that will give JOHNNASCUS power and strength. After finding the mask, John seeks out the entity, yet after finding it, the entity reveals that it just wanted to harvest the power from John. A chase breaks out, where John is pursued by the entity, clad in a dark, long robe obscuring its features and face. Eventually he escapes, continuing to explore the realm with the power of the mask helping him. Eventually John finds a sword, and immediately after another being sneaks up on him, wearing a mask as well, engaging in a sword fight. After destroying the entity, John continues his exploration. Years go by, and finally he finds an exit, seemingly concluding the series. However, John returns to the realm, engaging in a battle with another entity. After successfully killing it, he hears the voice of the entity again, who promises him, even though he will return to the real world for the second time, the dark side of nature will always linger in his mind, never fully leaving him, promising that this is not the last time they will talk. Westside Johnny. Westside Johnny is John's alt account where he posts some throwaways, but the name has also been used on some other releases like Baby Pelican 4. Satire CD. Alongside other merch, John released a CD for Sitting at the End of the World for $15. Here are some images because there aren't much online. These images are not mine and come from a Depop listing. Asexuality. John has talked about being asexual before with the song My Asexuality. Hatred for Christianity. John has openly talked about his hatred for Christianity before, with one of his TikToks being a metaphor of scrambled eggs and how religion, particularly Christianity, messes with your brain. Too Attached beat. In the opening lyrics of Too Attached, John says, "I found this beat on YouTube, just typed in like Travis Scott type beat. Whilst this video was being made, it was actually found by Sign." Incest Diary. One of the videos on John's YouTube is a review of the book The Incest Diary. He mostly talks about just how screwed up the book is. Chaos Star tattoo on stomach. I believe during the Sitting at the End of the World era, John got a Chaos Star tattooed on his stomach. You can see it in a lot of his live shows. Boyfriend video. When John got unbanned on Twitter, the first thing he posted was a video of him dancing to Boyfriend by Big Time Rush. Korg Monologue, SP404SX, and Electron Sing tagged. I'm just going to make these 3 entries one, all the devices used by John, you can see him in the image below. Energy Prize livestream. Similar to the FemFest livestream, this was a livestream John performed. The track list goes Chaos Philosophy, Untitled _ 0011, Yuka, Narcissist, 1312, Sad Satan LSD. JPEG Mafia Twitter. JPEG Mafia tweeted sometime before 2024, JOHNNASCUS call me. This collab never happened, but John said he would be in contact if he was serious. JPEG Mafia is mentioned in Wendigo's I Am JOHNNASCUS song, but the line was sung by him and not John.
I don't give a fuck. JPEG Mafia and dead grip of fucking son compared to me. Stupid little bitch I am.
Identity Crisis erases all the previous story. The cover of Identity Crisis reads, "Starting a new story with JOHNNASCUS, scratching a majority of what I built up when I was 14. He's still a demigod, there'll still be a dark side of nature possibly. He starts out having an identity crisis. He's losing his identity of what he thinks he is, trying to figure out what makes JOHNNASCUS JOHNNASCUS. He's not antisocial, but he just doesn't talk to many. including this because it's poetic. When I asked Sign about this, he said, the cover mentions it, that's pretty much it, though I guess if I let my mind run freely, the ego death at the end kind of caused John to rebirth and become a new version of himself. Luna. Luna was John's first full album. It released on the 19th of April 2016. The description reads, Welcome to the New Age. In the album, John talks about being stuck in hell with Hades. Love, A Broken Dream. Love, A Broken Dream was John's second EP and is disconnected from the JOHNNASCUS story. The description reads, Each track is a love song I've written for girls that I've liked in the past all the way to now. The third track on this album, Unreachable Dream, was extended and put on Departure. No Theme. No Theme was John's second album, releasing on the 11th of March 2017. Just like Love, A Broken Dream, it is disconnected from the JOHNNASCUS story. The cover reads, Right now I don't have, or it, and I'm not even, will have one. Might just EP, or something, DK. In general though, I'm the guitar in my music. Some of it is covered by another image. I believe it goes, Right now I don't have a theme for it, and I'm still not sure it will have one. Might just be an EP or something, I don't know. In general though, I'm the guitar in my music. The Training EP. Depending on who you ask, the Training EP is either John's second album or third EP, releasing on the 19th of August 2016. It happens in a realm with a dark side of nature, where JOHNNASCUS trains to fight the being that tried to kill him. Nightcore Nightmares EP. Nightcore Nightmares EP is an EP that was released on the Westside Johnny account on September 5th, 2019. All the beats are free use beats that John edited by Hollyworld. 5:57 PM in Hokkaido. 5:57 in Hokkaido is an EP that was released on the Westside Johnny account on April 2nd, 2022. The first beat is a free use beat that John edited.
Twilight Zone.
Untitled website. The Untitled website was released before the Untitled album. It was used to tease stuff about the album. If you want to explore it, the password is idonot.exist000. We also have an entire channel in the archive explaining the whole thing. Hands-on Chaos Magic book. In the Neverending Meta music video, John holds up this book alongside another one. He probably used it to learn about chaos magic. At Nah No Hodge. This was John's second Twitter account after the JOHNNASCUS account. Also, I will be pronouncing it Nah John from this point onwards. JOHNNASCUS girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. Here are some images, I don't know. The Spiral. The Spiral was a symbol on one of John's masks, mainly the one using the Plague video teaser on his channel. Set out Kingdom Hearts titled Inspiration. In a live stream I was playing Kingdom Hearts, I asked Jack Roggs if John had any inspiration from Kingdom Hearts to name the album Sitting at the End of the World, as there is a world in the game called the End of the World. Jack would semi-confirm this by saying partially, yeah. Fan-made Disorient MV. There's a fan-made music video for Disorient that's honestly pretty good. For a fan-made video, I think it does kind of capture the look of John's early music videos. Sigil of Lucifer. The Sigil of Lucifer can be seen at the end of the Sad Sane LSD video for a couple frames. Satire Runfall. A video John posted on his Nah John account before deleting it when he went on his hiatus. Tumblr Kids. Tumblr Kids is a song made by Black that features John. It was kinda weird hearing John sing normally like in the song. Take Me Back to 2014. Take Me Back to 2014 was the 8th song on Departure, being deleted on the final release for reasons I will get into later. Valentine Blues. Valentine Blues was a song John released on Valentine's Day 2019. He deleted it after 2 hours and it was thought to be lost, until someone called Zemers found it on a random Russian website. Narcanism. Narcanism seems to be something John created. Some of John's songs on Spotify have releasing rights as Narcanism, so it might be a collective John made but just never invited anyone to. That could be false though, as Identity Crisis has the album's name as the label. He also has a hoodie with the logo on. You can see this hoodie in the Sleepless video and the Untitled_0011 video. The same logo is also on the sleeve of the One of One pink hoodie. I'll go into more details about all of those later. Clouds. John's first album, was released on DatPiff, was luckily archived by somebody, released December 12, 2014. Narcanis Equinox EP. John's first EP, releasing April 21st, 2015. This EP is disconnected from the main story. Urq title meaning.
Only has meaning if you give it meaning, whether that be consciously or subconsciously.
This phrase is repeated in the teaser for Urq.
Middle of the iceberg.
JOHNNASCUS.com. JOHNNASCUS.com is a website where you could hire John to record, mix and master your songs. It is unclear if this website was ever in use. Satire Cassette. During some shows, John sold cassettes of Sitting at the End of the World. There are only 4 of these known in existence. Jimmy V. Jimmy V nearly killed Spencer Hewitt. This made him and John part ways for obvious reasons. John talks about this with Bro Mean God on Flip Flop Anthem. This is the reason Take Me Back to 2014 was removed from Departure. 3 paintings. The 3 paintings on the Departure cover. Satire sped up video. If you speed up the full album stream video for Satire on John's channel, you can see who is presumably Louis Ramir filming to get the album cover. Digital Concepts Blue Video Camera MID 00500110. This is one of the cameras John owns, mainly seen in the photos of him in the eye mask. Ghost website. On an older version of the Untitled website, if you entered the wrong password, a page would open up with a drawing labelled Ghost. It would flash and open the same tab over and over again. It also had a sound of John screaming playing.
Bottom of the iceberg.
Lost or deleted MVs. John has deleted several music videos in the past, mainly Fallen Babylon, Love, Lorem Ipsum and Lullaby. Those are only the recovered ones, some are still not recovered, those being To Your Nightmare, Dream Under Helios, Darkest Winter, Lost and Born to Die. The story began when JOHNNASCUS was 14. In the cover for Identity Crisis, it reads, "Starting a new story with JOHNNASCUS, scratching a majority of what I built up when I was 14. Valentine Blues and Take Me Back to 2014 instrumentals." With the instrumentals for Valentine Blues and Take Me Back to 2014 on the Sleeping for Years 2 SoundCloud account. Degrassi. John is a fan of Degrassi. It is a Canadian teen drama television series created by Jan Moore and Linda Schuler. Where Am I? Where Am I is a lost track, only known about as John posted a link to it on his Tumblr. Bipolar House. The first venue John performed as JOHNNASCUS. Untitled _0004, first time seeing the dress. First time the black button dress was ever seen was on the cover for New You or Untitled _0004.
Abyss.
JOHNNASCUS VK. Thank you to u/Alex Malk on the Reddit for this explanation. I want to make it clear about VK JOHNNASCUS. VK is a Russian analogue of Facebook. This social network has several fan groups, which unfortunately are mostly dead now. It seems like nothing special, but thanks to one group we still have access to the Valentine Blues track, which was deleted off of SoundCloud 30 minutes after it was posted. Also mentions that Valentine Blues was deleted 30 minutes after posting, but some people say 2 hours, so I'm not sure. God is Being Raped VHS. John sold VHS tapes of the God is Being Raped music video with extras, supposedly containing gay sex and gore. This is still lost media as of now, as no one who has the tape has dumped it. Spiral into Horror. Spiral into Horror was a track John deleted and was based off Uzumaki by Junji Ito. Luckily it wasn't lost. Concert USBs. John threw USBs into the crowd at some shows. These USBs contain some tracks that have luckily been dumped, but also supposedly video of John teaching chakras. JOHNNASCUS Tumblr. John's Tumblr is the reason why we know of some lost tracks, mainly Lunar Freestyle, Where Am I and Burning Red. 1 of 1 pink hoodie. This is a hoodie John made. I'm pretty sure he sold it at some type of Spider Gang show or something. Ash owns this hoodie, so I asked her about how she got it and this is what she said. I got it from resale and it was around $95 for it, a yucca shirt and a mask. It came from a flea market with a bunch of Spider Gang stuff. I'm paraphrasing what she said, it's just easier. Urq secret / alt covers. Some alternative covers for Urq that are pretty obscure. They are probably found on the Urq website that I'll get into later. Found on VK, also deleted track covers for Yuka and so on, featuring the textless, unedited version of the original cover. The original photo was never officially released, but you can see it in really bad quality on the intro screen of the Chaos Philosophy music video. 1 of 1 jacket. U/Death by Acid has a 1 of 1 hand-painted jacket made by John himself. Yuka's harsh noise parts are sped up drums. When I asked Sign about this is the file they sent me. Sleepless. Sleepless is a pretty obscure YouTube video featuring John. Strangling My Brain to Death So I Can Finally Hear the Murmurs of My Heart original picture. The full cover for Strangling My Brain to Death So I Can Finally Hear the Murmurs of My Heart is on some random website. John's dog named Jilly. On Autism Odyssey, John says,
Then I'm a feeder to my dog, her name is Jilly.
Urq sigils. This entry refers to the sigils you can see on the edge of some of the Urq covers and the back cover of Play Cross. On screen are some translations since I'm recording this audio before I actually have them. Narcanism hoodie. This is the hoodie that John is wearing in both the Untitled _0011 and Sleepless video. Porn addiction. John has openly talked about his porn addiction in his lyrics before. In Disorient, in The Computer Lives and Thrives While I Sit and Die.
Watching too much anime and hentai.
The Cure. The Cure is the oldest song featuring John, even becoming out before Clouds. The Wired appearance. In the float video, it shows what is believed to be what the wide looks like, most likely what it looks like when not connected to any servers. A vast, infinite space of white with lots of reverb and delay on every sound, along with a soothing ambient noise. Entitled underscore 0007 to 0020 and 0001's cover is happening during Digital Death. A theory that the Entitled album's cover is happening during the song Digital Death, as John has a gun in his mouth on the cover. The theory does make sense, but the cover is a reference to Lane. This could also be talking about the black squares and glitches happening behind John, as the drawing for Digital Death on the Entitled website matches them. Playcross is happening in the home where JOHNNASCUS goes in Departure. Departure follows John as he leaves home, eventually finding a new home. He then explores it, finding a Playcross on a door. Then, the entirety of Playcross is happening in that house.
Dark Side of Nature.
Urq.org. The Urq website. It was never archived and is most likely lost. On the Bandcamp page, the description reads that you can go there for lyrics. Maybe that's all it was, but there was probably more. Most likely where the deleted Urq alternative covers come from. God is Being Raped music video is a real ritual. Again, I know absolutely nothing about chaos magic, so I asked Sign and this is what they said. In chaos magic, sex is sometimes used to channel certain chakras, alongside with a lot of images flashing that are real parts of the occult. Brahmin God is Being Raped scene. Brahmin God, member of Spider Gang, is the one who played Jesus in the God is Being Raped music video, as he has long hair and a beard. Both him and John were in skin-colored underwear to appear naked. P!WLN. This is the name of the video John plays in the Said Satan LSD music video. Entitled underscore 0007 to 0020 and 0001 is Dark Side of Nature. This is Sign's most schizo theory, so this is what they mean. Both stories follow John falling into another dimension. Dark Side of Nature is even mentioned in 21st Birthday, with the voice saying welcome back to the Dark Side of Nature, and the voice from the last episode of Dark Side of Nature says that this is not the last time John will be in this realm. Luna is a god. Luna is often referenced in John's earlier works. John also says Luna repent me a martyr after talking about Satan and God, implying a similar power or state. 1.14.18 1.14.18 is a lost track, releasing on the 14th of January 2018, it was only up for an hour. 1.14.18 shirt. The shirt worn in the cover to 1.14.18, which we still have. It's a custom shirt, it reads JOHNNASCUS on the top. These were most likely never sold, as all the old clothes were custom made by him for him. Luna Freestyle. Lost track that we only know of because of Tumblr. Chaotic Beauty album. The Chaotic Beauty album was meant to be released after Identity Crisis, eventually forming into Urq.
Honorable mentions.
This is stuff that was thought of too late for the Iceberg, but I still want to fit in. Demo font. The font used for the tracklist of Urq and Playcross is Sovereign. The version John was using is a demo version. You can tell this as the numbers are replaced with logos and QR codes to the font. Random cassette. Phosphor Burning and Untitled underscore 0008 are on a random cassette. Black schoolgirl outfit. John has a black schoolgirl uniform he has performed in multiple times, mostly with Lost Sick Puppy. Placeholden. Placeholden was a band John was in during the No Theme era. I am recording this after I have done editing, so this is unscripted. Please go and check out everyone I listed at the start of this video, they were a tremendous help. I don't know what I meant to say at the end of a video, subscribe and all that. I probably won't do a lot of JOHNNASCUS videos as my channel isn't JOHNNASCUS orientated, but I just really wanted to make a video about Iceberg because as I know, a lot of people don't know what's on here and don't want to read.